Talk much more about the Packers and who is going to step up at that wide receiver position in just a little bit. Let's move on to another quarterback, one that is not going to report. Jimmy Garoppolo has been excused by the team because he's still recovering from shoulder surgery. They say he's not going to begin throwing until probably sometime later in the month, so he's been excused. What do the 49ers need to do at this point with him as a potential distraction still on this team?
Nothing. I mean, the reality is the way Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance, how it's all been handled is perfect. It should be how these sorts of things work themselves out, where if you want to move on from Jimmy Garoppolo, so be it. There's no reason for him to be around for this mandatory minicamp. He can't throw. He's still recovering. So why not allow him to continue his rehab, stay away, and let Trey Lance now become that leader of the team that you're looking for? There's no reason to have Jimmy G around. It's no disrespect to him. He took this team to a Super Bowl. They won an NFC championship with him leading the way. But the truth of the matter is he's not their future, and he's not there right now. So excuse him, allow him to continue to keep rehabbing so you can, at some point, facilitate a trade. But the truth of the matter is this is how more teams should handle these sort of awkward situations. We've got one right now in Cleveland. Either trade Baker Mayfield or release him. Let him go. Move on. Even though there's uncertainty with what's going to happen with Deshaun Watson, the Browns, to me, are fumbling this whole situation right now. Meanwhile, the 49ers, they're moving on in a new direction, and they're doing the right thing with Jimmy Garoppolo and telling him exactly what's going to happen. He's not going to be playing here anymore, and that's okay. He'll have an opportunity somewhere else.
Yeah, and the writing was on the wall over a year ago when they drafted Trey Lance. Making that type of investment at the quarterback position, Jimmy Garoppolo knew exactly what was going to happen, regardless of how things played out a year ago. He played pretty good football. They got him deep into the playoffs, and then, of course, the injury happened, and now it's time for Trey Lance to jump in to become the starting quarterback for the franchise. So, yes, they're handling this the best way possible. A very, very professional way, because as Brady mentioned, if you have him there at the facility in the locker room, questions will be asked about what will happen. What do you want to happen, Jimmy Garoppolo? Other players will have to answer questions as well. And that's the last thing you want to do during minicamp. Ask questions about a teammate. Will he be traded? Should he be traded? Who should be the starting quarterback? Right now, we know who the starting quarterback is. It's not a competition. It is Trey Lance's job to lose, and I think this is the best way to handle this, especially if you want to try to develop confidence in your young quarterback in Trey Lance.
So when would it become a distraction if he's still on the roster? All the way training camp?
I mean, it's not a distraction if they're just saying, hey, we're allowing you to miss this period of time that's mandatory. I mean, usually a mandatory minicamp, if you're under contract, you don't show up, you're potentially up for fines. But in this case, they're saying, no, we're excusing this. That's okay. We want to move on in the direction of Trey Lance. So even training camp doesn't matter. I mean, they don't need him to be there unless they feel like, look, Trey Lance isn't coming along the way we want, or we need Jimmy G here in order to potentially be a backup. And look, Jimmy G might not want to sign up for that. And maybe that's where, something else comes out of this. But for the most part, this isn't a distraction because of the way the San Francisco 49ers are handling it.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.